Q&A Review, print speaking to the blind, celebrating 40 years of audio newspaper production. Welcome to this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast, recorded at the Bishopbriggs Media Centre by our amazing volunteers. You can get in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram using @Q&A Review. That is @CUEANDREVIEW. You can also contact us directly by emailing information@QNReview.com. That is INFORMATION@CUEANDREVIEW.com, or by calling 0141 772 3976. That's 0141 772 3976.
This week's podcast, as published on Wednesday the 27th of March 2024, is read to you by volunteers Corey, Hunter, Ian, Philip and Rebecca. Degrading local policing. Closing Milngavie Police Station risks further degrading local policing. That's the message from Scottish Labour as they ramp up their efforts to see the proposed closure stopped. We told you in December how both Milngavie and Bishopbriggs stations are set to be axed by Police Scotland amidst that national cost-cutting exercise. The stations are two of 29 buildings in the estate that were identified as surplus to requirement. Now, a local Labour councillor says he is leading the challenge to the proposed closures. Councillor Alan Warr urged Police Scotland to halt plans to close police stations until an agreed alternative for both could be provided. He told the Herald, "We cannot allow these police station closures to go ahead without clear alternative provisions in place first. Removing these vital community resources without replacement sites ready will only serve to undermine police effectiveness and stretch resources at a time when budgets are tight and officer numbers are at their lowest levels in a decade." The proposed closures come as Police Scotland faces tough funding challenges from the Scottish Government's budget settlements. Pushing ahead with the closures risks further degrading local policing at a time when strong community links and neighbourhood presence is needed most. In January, Scotland's Justice Secretary refused to offer a commitment over the future of Milngavie and Bishopbriggs police stations. His stand came after questioning from Labour MSP Neil Bibby, who challenged Angela Constance in the Scottish Parliament over plans to close both. Ms Constance said the plans from Police Scotland were aimed at modernising its estate to make it fit for purpose. She added, "We are supportive of plans to co-locate with the other parts of the public sector, including local authorities, which promotes closer working and collaboration, delivering better outcomes for individuals and communities. I recognise that, in some instances, people feel very strongly about the police estate and about police buildings in their local communities, hence the consultation. However, as we move forward, it is crucial that we have modern and fit-for-purpose facilities and that we bear in mind that police officers tend to be mobile in their work." The ongoing consultation on the future of the area's two police stations at threat was discussed by councillors at a recent meeting. East Bartonshire Council's Policy and Resources Committee discussed the consultation which could lead to the closure of stations in Bishopbriggs and Milngavie. A nationwide review of 329 Police Scotland buildings found that many of them do not reflect current needs of the organisation. Additionally, many are old and in poor condition, with low maintenance expenditure causing a major backlog of needed repairs if they are to be retained. For the two Eastern Bartonshire stations, this would be a combined cost of £1 million. A review of the portfolio found Police Scotland is currently exploring cheaper alternatives to its existing stations and insists police presence will not be diminished if the closures go ahead. No emergency response officers are based in Bishopbriggs or Milngavie as they operate from Kirkintilloch, nor are any community officers on duty at the station on Sundays or Mondays. As the committee considered the report on the consultation, Councillor Moir, Labour's Bishopbriggs South representative, submitted an amendment which called on the council to set up a scrutiny panel to liaise with police and fire services, and also make a representation to the Chief Constable expressing concern over station closures without alternatives being put in place. A further amendment came from Councillor Duncan Cumming, this time instructing the Council's Chief Executive to write to Chief Constable Joe Farrell, stating that the Council would not accept the closure of either stations under any circumstances until alternative provision was made. However, it was agreed that this had already been covered by Councillor Moore, so the amendments were combined. The amendment recommendations were unanimously agreed. That included a commitment to continue dialogue with Police Scotland on future opportunities for co-location and support for communities. And that article was read to you today by me, Ian McKenna. This Week in History. March 29, 1960. Prime Minister Harold Macmillan and US President Dwight D. Eisenhower agreed on new proposals for a nuclear test ban treaty. On this day last year, tributes began pouring in for beloved TV personality and comedian Paul O'Grady following his death at 67 the day before. March 30, 1856. The Crimean War ended with the signing of the Treaty of Paris. On this day last year, 3 out of 4 loaves of sliced bread sold in UK supermarkets contained as much salt in one slice as a bag of ready salty crisps, research suggested. March 31, 1939. Britain and France pledged to support Poland against any aggression from Hitler's Germany. On this day last year, despite popular depictions, the Tyrannosaurus Rex actually had lips over its teeth, research from University of Portsmouth suggested. April the 1st, 1974. Reorganisation of local government in England and Wales saw changes to many county names and boundaries. On this day last year, at least 36 people died after the floor of a Hindu temple collapsed in Indore, India. April the 2nd, 1947. The Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst was formed. On this day last year, a slew of tornadoes tore through parts of the southern and midwestern US, leaving at least 32 people dead.
Bid to expand Kirky Garden Centre with new restaurant as recorded by Hunter MacDonald. A garden centre in Kirkintilloch is seeking planning permission to build an extension with features including a new restaurant and coffee shop. Calder's Garden Centre in Kilsyth Road has applied to East Dunbartonshire Council for approval to build the extension, which would also include an expanded outdoor sales area, rooftop solar panels, and a new yard area which could be used for storage. Once completed, the extension would double the seating capacity of the existing cafe from 75 to 150. Supporting documents submitted alongside the application note that there would be no need to increase the size of parking facilities at the centre, as the existing car park is underutilised, although staff parking would be moved to the rear of the centre to provide an additional 20 spaces for customers. For further information or to comment on this application, visit East Dunbartonshire Council's website and search for planning reference TP/ED/24/0094. Meanwhile, Lenzie Library is to close to the public from 5 p.m. on April the 11th until April the 22nd to allow for essential maintenance and repairs to be carried out within the building. EDLC Library card holders can use all libraries throughout the region, and the closest to Lenzie Library is William Patrick Library in Kirkintilloch. Situated at 2 to 4 West High Street, it is open Monday to Thursday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m, Friday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. More at edlc.co.uk/libraries. EDC shows support for ban on single-use vapes. East Dunbartonshire Council has formally welcomed the ban on single-use vaping products, which is coming into force next year. The Council has submitted a response to consultation from the Scottish Government after members unanimously agreed a motion supporting the ban in April 2023, 2 years before disposable vapes are due to become illegal in Scotland. In its response to the consultation, the Council requests that the regulations are future-proofed by broadening the definitions of affected products and including single-use pods, cartridges, which are not covered by the draft regulations. The Council also is calling for increased powers for enforcement officers, including arrest, and for new penalties against anyone who obstructs them from carrying out their duties. The Association of Convenience Stores has warned that the ban could drive more vape users to buy illicit products instead or return to tobacco use. It is currently estimated that currently 1/3 of all vape sales in Scotland are illicit. In January, it was announced that disposable vapes would be banned across Britain as part of plans to tackle the rise in young people vaping and protect children's health. In the rare point of consensus, the same rules will be introduced across Scotland, England and Wales. Data showed the number of children vaping in the last 3 years tripled across the UK, with use among younger children also rising. 9% of 11 to 15-year-olds now use vapes.
Marjorie's Charity Trek. A local volunteer will do her bit to raise money for Carers Link East Dunbartonshire next month as she sets off on an epic journey. Marjorie Toms is hoping to complete a coast-to-coast trek from Kirkintilloch in Cumbria through the North Yorkshire moors to Robin Hood's Bay. Having completed the first half in 2023, Marjorie is walking 107 miles to raise much-needed funds for Carers Link East Dunbartonshire. Now in its 20th year, Carers Link is supporting around 1,500 carers in the local community each year and provides a range of crucial services ranging from information and practical support to one-on-one support and carer support groups. Working closely with East Dunbartonshire schools, the charity offers invaluable help to young carers aged from 5 to 25 with core services that include emotional support, well-being, information and advocacy, holiday breaks and activities. Commenting on the challenge, Marjorie Toms said, "I have been a dedicated volunteer with Carers Link for over 7 years, and I am truly inspired by the incredible work they do to support unpaid carers in East Dunbartonshire. This challenging journey spans a total of 107 miles, taking me through breathtaking landscapes over 2 weeks. I invite you to join me on my walk by supporting my fundraising campaign for Carers Link. Your generous donations will directly impact the life of carers in East Dunbartonshire, providing them with the resources they need to continue their vital role while also ensuring they receive the support they deserve. Carers Link provides invaluable assistance and support to those who selflessly care for their loved ones without any financial compensation. This year is the 20th anniversary of Carers Link, looking after unpaid carers in East Dunbartonshire. There will be a series of special events and fundraising activities to mark the occasion this year. Jennifer Rowe, Chief Executive Officer of Carers Link East Dunbartonshire, said, "Marjorie's epic walk is inspiring and we will be cheering her on to raise much needed funds for the young and young adult carers locally. Our services are now more important than ever in reaching carers. Donations and fundraising, as well as partnering with businesses, make a difference to being able to deliver our ongoing services. Together we can all make a difference and show our gratitude to those remarkable individuals who dedicate their lives to caring for others. Anyone considering making a donation to Marjorie can do so via justgiving.com, with the money helping to create a brighter future for carers in our community." Carers Link Eastern Bartonshire welcomes fundraising and partnerships with local businesses and can provide employers talks to help identify carers at work that need support. If you are interested in discussing further, please contact Veronica at Carers Link on 0800 975 2131. Read by Rebecca. Have your say on BSL. Residents across Eastern Bartonshire will be given the opportunity to express how they feel sign language be supported in the area. The Council will launch a public consultation to help guide its British Sign Language Plan for 2024 to 2030. BSL was formally acknowledged as a first language in Scotland in 2015, and as a result, local authorities must produce local sign language plans every 6 years. Eastern Bartonshire Council is due to publish a new version of its plan in June 2024. The plan covers promoting the language and ensuring it's available to people of all ages, with users advocated for and integrated within the community. This includes ensuring BSL users have equal access to justice and opportunities such as employment. Census records show that there are almost 7,000 people in Eastern Bartonshire who are profoundly deaf or partially deaf, with most being older people. The consultation on BSL will run until Sunday, April 28th, delivered through various means including focus groups, online surveys, face-to-face appointment conversations and a leather box. In his foreword to the draft plan, Council Leader Gordon Lowe states, "I am honoured to introduce EDC British Sign Language BSL draft plan for 2024 to 30, a comprehensive framework aimed at advancing accessibility and inclusivity for the deaf, deafblind and hard of hearing community. This plan represents our commitment to recognise and embracing the linguistic and cultural diversity of our society. Through this plan, we strive to ensure that every individual has equal access to information, services and opportunities. By promoting the use and recognition of BSL, we will enhance communication channels and foster a more inclusive and cohesive society where the voices of all our citizens are heard and valued. Together, let us embark on this journey towards a greater accessibility and equality, building a brighter future for all."
Planning appeals considered. Eastern Bartonshire Planning Local Review Body considered 2 appeals at its most recent session. The first appeal concerned a planning application for a private garage at an address in Carsview Drive, Bearsden. This had originally been refused on the basis that the double garage would be excessively visually intrusive on the surrounding area and therefore detrimental to its environmental quality and character. This decision was unanimously upheld by the LRB. The other case involved an application for a single-storey rear extension at a house in Bunaughton Road, also in Bearsden. This had been rejected due to the impact it would have on a neighbouring property due to the scale of the extension in close proximity to a shared boundary and resulting in domination of the adjacent property's garden. The LRB agreed to continue this matter until a site visit could be carried out.
St Ninians celebrating prestigious Gold Award. Pupils at a Kirkintilloch school are celebrating after receiving the UNICEF Rights Respecting Schools Award. The award is granted to schools showing commitment to promoting and realising children's rights, whilst encouraging people of all ages to respect the rights of others in school. Gold is the highest accolade given, and it was recently awarded to the pupils of St Ninians High. This award recognises the achievement in putting the United Nations Convention on the Rights of a Child at the heart of a school's planning, policies and practice. Education convener, Councillor Linda Williamson, paid a visit to St Ninians to meet staff and pupils with their award. She said, "This is a fabulous achievement and one which shows a real dedication to the cause of children's rights and lots of hard work to embed all across the whole school community. To achieve gold, schools must implement 3 evidence-based strands that cover leadership of the school, knowledge and understanding of the children's rights, ethos, and relationships in the empowerment of children and young people. Building on foundations that have been in place for many years in the school, St Ninians has gone from bronze to silver and now gold. They should be very proud of their achievement in such a fundamentally important aspect of life. A rights-respecting school is a community where children's rights are learned, taught, practiced, respected, protected and promoted. St Ninians has 20 rights ambassadors, made up of pupils in S1 to S6, supported by 2 S6 rights captains and 3 members of staff. These enthusiastic pupils and staff are focused on keeping children's rights central in everything the school does. Examples of their work include supporting local primaries to begin their rights journey, with ambassadors visiting Holy Family and Holy Trinity schools to teach rights lessons to P1 to P7 pupils. They also supported the empowerment of young people globally, with ambassadors campaigning against the oppression of girls in Iran. That saw the school stood in solidarity with Iranian girls' protests for freedom of expression. They also highlighted human rights issues in 2022 during the Qatar World Cup. Head teacher Paul McLaughlin said, "We are delighted to be recognised as a school that puts children's rights at the heart of our school community makes us all very proud, and we look forward to continuing our inspiring journey. I want to say a huge thank you to all pupils and staff for their efforts in showcasing that our values permeate everything we do. I am certain this will help us continue to keep our school the fantastic place we all know it is." The initiative is aimed at schools across the UK, including those in an early year setting. Currently, it works with nearly 5,000 primary schools, secondary schools, schools for children and young people with special educational needs, and pupil referral units, enhancing self-esteem, leading to less truancy and bullying, better learning, and improved academic standards. Experience forged my NHS career. It's like a plotline from a hit TV medical drama. A teenage boy is taken to hospital in excruciating pain, but doesn't get better. But, just as his parents are told to prepare to say their goodbyes, a quick-thinking consultant and sharp-eyed radiographer save the day. This is exactly what happened to George Bruce when he was 15, and the efforts of those who saved his life are what inspired him to study science at university. Now he is a clinical science specialising in MRI physics. The 28-year-old said, "One evening I had a terrible pain in my stomach and my mum and dad rushed me to A&E. They took blood and I was given X-ray, CT and MRI scans, but nobody knew what it was. They repeatedly asked me if I'd taken drugs or had swallowed anything sharp, even asking if my parents had been abusive. They made notes of how often my parents visited or inquired about my condition. After 2 weeks in hospital, George was very ill and his parents were told to prepare for the worst. But then, a consultant asked for an ultrasound where the radiographer spotted something unusual. George had Meckel's diverticulum with intussusception, an abnormality of the small intestine which can make it look like a second appendix. After his illness, inquisitive George, who previously wanted to be a doctor, was drawn more towards science, and during his exams, his teacher highlighted medical physics as a career. He became interested in doing physics at university, and after attending a talk on MRI physics in his 3rd year at uni, his career path was clear. He added, "I became fascinated by the challenges of getting images from inside a body. You see, X-ray is relatively easy to understand. You're effectively shining a torch into someone to see what you can see. Then there's CT, which is more complicated. It involves taking multiple x-rays around the body, producing more detailed information about the inside of the body. There are a variety of other imaging techniques and clinical scientists that are involved in, such as ultrasound and nuclear medicine, but my chosen specialism was MRI. It works by resonating the hydrogen atoms in the water within the body using radio frequencies inside a very strong static and magnetic field to produce a highly detailed image. It's complicated and convoluted. Basically, I feel as though I've landed at the most confusing end of the scanning story, and I love it. George, who works at the Queen Elizabeth University Hospital, has been doing his current job for 5 years, and every day is a new challenge. Since taking up his position, he has developed an equal passion for inspiring others to choose a career in healthcare science, working as a STEM ambassador, going into schools and colleges, and telling others about his role. I really enjoy telling the story of what I do. I want to show a young person like me, who's not sure where their interest in science will take them, that there are brilliant, interesting, confusing careers out there. To find out more about healthcare science and MRI physics, go to healthcareers.nhs.uk/explore-roles. Fears for livestock. Dog attacks are on the increase. NFU Mutual is reminding dog owners to be extra vigilant this Easter, at a time when sheep and lambs are at their most vulnerable. The warning comes as Scottish farm animals worth an estimated £123,000 were severely injured or killed in Scotland in 2023, more than double the 2022 cost. Latest figures from NFU Mutual reveal that, across the UK, the estimated cost of livestock worrying soared by nearly 30% to £2.4 million last year. At the same time, its recent survey of over 1,100 dog owners found more people were letting their dogs off the leads in the countryside last year, at 68% compared to 64% in 2022. Worryingly, less than half, 49%, said their pet always comes back when called. Almost 8% admitted their dog chased livestock, but 46% believed their dog was not capable of causing the death or injury of farm animals. Martin Malone, NFU Mutual Manager for Scotland, said, "The Easter holidays is a great opportunity to explore our countryside. However, people must remember rural destinations are working environments, key to farmers' livelihoods and home to millions of sheep and lambs. This year's lambing season is well underway, and farmers and crofters are understandably worried that an influx of out-of-control dogs this Easter could cause unnecessary carnage to newborn lambs out in the fields with their mothers for the first time. All dogs are capable of disturbing, chasing, attacking and killing farm animals, regardless of breed, size or temperament. That's why we are urging everyone exercising their dogs in the countryside this Easter to keep them in a lead wherever livestock may be nearby, but to let go if chased by cattle. Protecting livestock is an important issue and a priority for members of the Scottish Partnership Against Rural Crime, SPARC, including officers from Police Scotland. Inspector Jordan Lowe said, "As we approach the Easter break, we want people to enjoy the countryside, but to do so in a safe and responsible manner. Livestock worrying and attacks can result in injury, miscarriage and even death. The damage and distress caused, not just to the animals but the farming business, is considerable. It is also a crime. It is the dog owner's responsibility to ensure their dog is on a lead and under control when livestock is present. Failure to do so can result in a £40,000 fine or a 12-month prison sentence. We have several tools at our disposal to investigate instances of livestock worrying and attacks, and will utilise these to investigate instances of irresponsible dog ownership around livestock. Police Scotland, through SPARC, is committed to working with its partners to increase public awareness of the legislation to protect livestock from dog attacks, and irresponsible dog owners will be prosecuted." Tips for owners. NFU Mutual has issued some tips for dog owners visiting the countryside this Easter. Dogs should be kept on a lead at all times when walking in rural areas where livestock are kept, but owners should be let go of the lead if chased by cattle. Be aware that all dogs, regardless of size, breed and temperament, can cause the distress, injury and death of farm animals. People are advised to report attacks by dogs to the police or local farmers, and never let dogs loose unsupervised in gardens near livestock fields. Sadly, many attacks are caused by dogs which escape from nearby gardens and attack sheep and lambs grazing in fields near their homes. Archaic snares are now banned across Scotland. Wildlife will benefit from increased protection thanks to a new law passed by the Scottish Parliament. The Wildlife Management and Muirburn Bill was passed into law by MSPs on Thursday, which bans the use of snares and includes provisions to licence grouse shooting. The bill will also see licences and training required for use of traps, while grouse shooting will be dependent on legal management practices. A ban has been imposed on using glue traps to catch rodents, and greater powers have been given to the Scottish SPCA inspectors to tackle wildlife crime. The practice of muirburn, the burning of vegetation usually in a controlled manner in order to promote growth and maintain open moorland, will now also be strictly regulated. Agricultural Minister Jim Fairley said, "This bill is a significant step in our wider journey to ensure Scotland's environment is managed sustainably. People who live and work in our land have shown that it's possible to manage wildlife. They have shown that muirburn, which is a key approach to helping manage wildfires, can be undertaken responsibly in a way that protects biodiversity. We have struck the right balance between improving animal welfare, supporting rural businesses, and reinforcing a zero-tolerance approach to raptor persecution and wildlife crime." Many wildlife charities have welcomed the news, including One Kind, which has been campaigning for decades for a snaring ban. Director Bob Elliott said, "The Scottish public have made it very clear they want to see snares consigned to the history books, and the Scottish Government has listened. We are delighted as a ban has been passed on these cruel, archaic traps." However, Scottish Gamekeepers Association Chairman Alex Hodd sounded a note of caution. He said, "We have fears for the future of red-listed species because of the snaring ban. The impacts of this must be robustly reviewed. This bill is the biggest change we've faced since devolution. We now go straight into new deer legislation. We take great heart from MSPs who spoke strongly on what gamekeepers deliver for communities."
Human Rights Badge. Every child in Scouts Scotland will now be able to learn about, understand and demonstrate their knowledge about human rights. The Rights Challenge Badge, created by the Children and Young People's Commission of Scotland and Scouts Scotland, is already offered to squirrels, beavers, cubs and scouts. Now explorers aged between 14 and 18 can also do a range of activities to earn the badge. These include creating a communications project around human rights and campaigning for change in their communities. Nicola Colleen, Children and Young People's Commissioner, said, "Children are never too young or too old to learn about their rights, and ultimately they be empowered to claim their rights. We've developed these activities so that each section now has their own engaging and age-appropriate activities."
Make the call to protect Scots at risk from fires. Scotland's firefighters are calling on communities to help stop preventable deaths in house fires. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call. The Scottish Fire and Rescue Service wants to reach Scotland's most isolated and vulnerable people in 2024, but needs help to do so. Its Make the Call campaign is tasking families, friends and carers of those who are at risk to make a 5-minute phone call to book a free home fire safety visit. It could help save a life. Sadly, 42 people in Scotland have died because of fire in the last 12 months, with more than half of them over the age of 50. Intelligence gathered from fire investigations has shown that people over the age of 50 who smoke and either have mobility issues, live alone, or use medical oxygen are more likely to be injured or killed by a fire in the home. However, communities can put firefighters and SFRS specialists in touch with anyone they think is vulnerable by making a call, sending a single text, or by filling out an online form. Deputy Assistant Chief Officer Ian MacLeod, who oversees prevention and protection at the SFRS, said, "Far too often we attend fires we know they could have been prevented. If we had known about someone's living situation and how vulnerable they were, we could have acted. We do not know who is vulnerable, where they are, or how to contact them. That is why we are urging members of the public, families, and carers to make the call on behalf of someone they know if they think they may be at risk. Once a call, text, or online form is received, the SFRS will arrange for someone to receive a visit from trained staff at a local station. During the visit, staff will identify key fire risks, offer solutions and assistance, and, where necessary, install smoke detectors for those who need it most." DACO MacLeod added that one short phone call could ultimately save a life or keep someone from harm. It costs nothing, and we can arrange for our teams to minimise the risks. Family member and carers can refer someone directly. Neighbours or friends must secure consent first. To make the call, visit www.firescotland.gov.uk. That's www.firescotland.gov.uk. Call 0800 0731 999 or text FIRE to 80800.
Family announcements. Deaths. Sutherland, Nora. Died peacefully, surrounded by family, at the wonderful Rasha Lee Care Home on Friday, March 15th, 2024, aged 84. Much loved mum and granny. Funeral service at Glasgow Crematorium, Maryhill, on Thursday, March 28th at 3:15 p.m. In Memoriam. Costello, Jane. In loving memory of our dear mother, Jane Fourier, died March 27th, 2005. Those we love don't go away, they walk beside us every day. Thomas, Isabel and family. Diamond Wedding. Margaret, née Roger and James Thompson. Happy 60th anniversary, enjoy your night, from sister Christine and Billy, kiss kiss kiss. Auntie Margaret and Uncle James, lots of love on your special day, from William, Christine and the girls, kiss kiss kiss. To a special mum and dad, happy diamond anniversary, love from Sandra, James, David and the late Billy. Kiss 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 kiss.
Westminster View by Amy Callaghan MP. Over the last month, we have seen Westminster at its worst. From the despicable scenes at the Gaza ceasefire vote, to the Tories accepting money from a racist donor, and the Speaker refusing to let the first black woman MP participate in the discussion about the racist threats made towards her, if it wasn't clear before, it's certainly clear now. Westminster is broken. The SNP only get 3 opposition days, where we get to put forward a motion to be debated and voted on. We chose to hold that in a ceasefire in Gaza for the second time in recent months. The motion called for an immediate ceasefire, the release of the hostages still held by Hamas, and condemning the collective punishment of the Palestinian people. It is the biggest humanitarian catastrophe many of us have ever witnessed. We wanted to use our day to make Westminster vote on this, in the hopes that MPs from all parties could send the message that the UK will not support the destruction of Gaza. Contrary to parliamentary convention, the Speaker of the House, Lindsay Hoyle, decided to let Keir Starmer put forward an alternative, a watered down version of our motion, which didn't mention collective punishment. Why? To save Keir Starmer the embarrassment of his party voting for an SNP motion, or to prevent a number of rebellions and thereby resignations from within the group of Labour MPs. If Labour genuinely cared to hold a vote on a ceasefire, they could have done so on one of their opposition days. Instead, Lindsay Hoyle bailed out Labour, with the end result being that the motion we put forward and that thousands of people pleaded with their MPs to vote for didn't come to a vote. We hear about a Tory donor who's donated £10 million to keep them in power was found to have made horrific racist comments about Diane Abbott, the UK's first black woman to become an MP, and the longest serving black MP. At first, the Prime Minister called these comments rude. Then he conceded that they were racist, but that we should accept his apology. Diane Abbott MP, the woman in question, was not even allowed to speak. This is a system which only works for itself. Anyone who wants change or criticises those at the top is silenced. This is not a system that works for Scotland. It barely works for England. And that was the Westminster View by Amy Callaghan MP. Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs Herald letters page, as published on Wednesday 27th of March 2024. Please send your letters via email to kirkyherald@jnscotland.co.uk. That's KIRKYHERALD @JNScotland.co.uk and write letters in the subject field. Please keep letters to a maximum of 300 words. Letters cannot be published without a name and postal address. Also include a daytime phone number if possible. We reserve the right to edit any letter. Hate law has got me thinking of the French Revolution. Sir, activating the Hate Crime and Public Order Scotland Act should make every Scot in Scotland more than uneasy. USAV's hate law is more in keeping with the French Revolution, the Third Reich and the Soviet Union, each of which encouraged informers within and out with families and friends, as this legislation could do in Scotland. Although drafted 3 years ago, this law is seriously divisive. Putting the Act into practice puts Police Scotland in an invidious position. All this begs the question, should Humza Yousaf's threat to wipe the Tories off the map be considered a hate crime? Yours, etc., Doug Morrison, by email. 20 poorest areas in UK, all English. Sir, according to the Child Poverty Action Group, child poverty is stable in Scotland but rising in the rest of the UK, and that it is expected to see child poverty rates in Scotland falling, as the latest data does not yet include the full impact of the rollout of the Scottish Child Payment and its increase to £25 per week in November 2022. Under successive Westminster governments, child poverty in the UK is much worse than in Denmark, Finland, Ireland or Norway, and the Joseph Rowntree Foundation report in late January highlighted that child poverty rates in Scotland, 24%, remain much lower than those in England, 31%, and Wales, 28%. At the same time as the Scottish Child Payment was doubled, the Tory government cut universal credit by the same amount while, in keeping with their newfound Thatcherite policies, Labour say that they will maintain the two-child benefit cap. Before the SNP came to power, the 10 poorest areas in the UK were in Scotland. Now, the 20 poorest areas of the UK are all in England. Also, under the SNP, Scotland has continued the trend of outperforming the rest of the UK in delivering affordable housing by building 13.9 homes per 10,000 population last year, compared with only 8 in Wales and 9.7 in England. Fuel poverty is not helped by the fact that, despite Scotland having vast surplus energy resources, our consumers continue to pay the highest daily energy standing charges in the UK, while our renewable industries pay the highest grid connection charges in Europe, all thanks to Westminster's failed energy policies. Yours, etc., Mary Thomas, address supplied. This'll no do. Sir, the ancient order of the Thistle is, I am led to believe, the highest honour in Scotland, and Scottish men and women who have held public office or who have contributed to a particular way of national life. Personally, I'd never heard of it until the other day, when I read King Charles had just appointed Prince Edward to the order to mark 60th birthday. Then I discovered that King Charles had been appointed by his late mother, Queen Elizabeth, as did Princess Anne and Prince William, and, following the death of his late mother, King Charles had also appointed his wife, Queen Camilla. I wonder what percentage of the Scottish population would consider all of these members of the royal family to be worthy of the highest honour in Scotland, and, if they were to be considered worthy on what grounds, other than being born, getting married, or living to a reasonable age, all of which I have actually achieved myself without any royal recognition whatsoever. Yours, etc., Les Mackay, by email. Wool pullers. Sir, you can't pull the wool over our eyes. That's my reaction to the revelation that inflation has fallen to 3.4%, the lowest figure since October 2022, when it hit the dizzy heights of 11.1%, the highest for 40 years. This revelation of inflation running at 3.4% is certainly not dropping the cost of essentials for the average household. It is merely slowing down any increases, as witnessed in my last visit to the supermarket. For those on benefits, many through no fault of their own with long-term health conditions, this drop in the inflation rate will be yet another headline, because their daily financial struggle to keep warm and eat healthy will continue to be a struggle. As the Conservatives will no doubt be shouting this fall in inflation from the rooftops as the country awaits the Westminster election, I am sure those who have suffered the consequences of them crashing the economy, or those assisting in their local food banks, will view the picture somewhat differently. Yours, etc., Katrina C. Clark, address supplied. Reader's Charter. This newspaper is built on a tradition of accuracy and fairness, giving you the information you need to understand our world, holding power to account and exposing injustice. Our trusted brand means we are the only place where you can read and participate in honest debates. We are committed to giving a voice to those who struggle to be heard, as well as those whose profession is crafting an argument. Our Reader's Charter spells out our commitment to you. You can read the Charter online at Kirkintilloch Herald at jnscotland.co.uk. Mining History and Exhibition. 40 years on from the miners' strike in Scotland, a new exhibition has been launched telling their stories. Before and after coal, images and voices from Scotland's mining communities opened at the Portrait Gallery in Edinburgh on Saturday. More than an exercise in nostalgia, the exhibition is a collaboration between artist Nicky Bird, the National Galleries of Scotland, and mining communities across Scotland. In 1982, American photographer Milton Rogovin came to Scotland to capture Scottish miners at their pits, in their homes and during their leisure time. Artist Nicky Bird has revisited and updated Rogovin's collection by meeting with individuals and families connected with the original photographs. With support from the National Galleries of Scotland, Bird's work has shaped the community engagement project Mine Workings. The project was initiated with a series of show and tell events with people across Fife, East Ayrshire and the Lothians. The participants shared the stories behind Rogovin's photos as they recognised their fathers, mothers, grandpas, grannies, workmates and friends. Some even saw themselves, 40 years on. Participants posed for portraits in front of the original images, some donning orange miners' boiler suits and helmets in tribute. Local schools and mining communities also contributed to the development of the exhibition, volunteering their thoughts, feelings and understanding of Scotland's mining past and the impact it has had on them today and could have in the future. Community engagement is at the heart of this exhibition, highlighting Roggeveen's important documentation of the mining communities in Scotland through the lens of new work created by Nicky Bird and the National Galleries of Scotland. There are over 70 works on display, including photographs, banners and contact sheets documenting real lives. The exhibition illustrates Scotland's mining history and is told by those who shaped it, lived it and continue to be impacted by it. The exhibition runs until Sunday, September the 15th and is open daily from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. with admission free.
Almost 50,000 Scots addicted to opioids. Almost 50,000 people in Scotland were addicted to opioid drugs in 2019-20. The statistic was revealed in the latest report from Public Health Scotland. The figures showed that a total of 47,100 Scots were dependent on opioids in 2019-20, or 1.32% of 15 to 64-year-olds. This was higher than the rate in England. The report said opioid dependence in Scotland had been relatively stable between 2014-15 and 2019-20. Over the same time period, there was a reduction in opioid dependence among 15 to 34-year-olds. However, there was an increase among 50 to 64-year-olds. It follows a report from the Scottish Government earlier this month which showed the number of suspected drug deaths increased by 10% last year. That report revealed 1,197 people died as a result of suspected drug use in 2023, an increase of 105 on 2022's total.
Good day to you. My name's Philip and I'm going to be reading to you the church news which comes under the district news in the Kirkintilloch Herald. And there's quite a few this week because it's Holy Week leading up to Easter weekend. And first of all, we'll go to Kirkintilloch, to the Church of God there, the Regent Hall in Regent Street on Wednesday. Our coffee corner is open from noon till 2 p.m. for home baking and coffee. Join our friends and neighbours for a chat over a coffee. On Sunday, there will be a Zoom service at 6:30 p.m. The speaker this week will be Tony Smith. A warm invitation is welcomed to everyone. And don't forget the tea and coffee. And I'm sure there's going to be a cake and bickies as well. And if you want to join the Zoom meeting, you need to email hello@regenthall.org. For up-to-date and further information on our services, visit our website on all the W's, regenthall.org. And Jesus said, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny himself and take up their cross and follow me." And that can be found in Matthew 16, verse 24. And then we move to Kirkintilloch, further afield in Kirky, the Home Church, which is in Lammermoor Road. Home Church Kirkintilloch, and also they have a home church in the east end of Glasgow in Carmyle and online, a church for all ages. The angel spoke to the woman, "I know you are looking for Jesus. He's not here. He has been raised just as he said," in Matthew 28. On the 29th of March, Good Friday, a walk of witness, 10 a.m. from Lenzie Old Parish Church to Kirkintilloch. Good Friday service at 7:30 p.m. March the 31st, Easter Sunday, 9:30 worship service followed by refreshments. And then they have another service at 11:30. A worship service followed by refreshments yet again. A warm welcome awaits you at either service, which will be identical. That means that the two services are basically the same format and the same speaker and the same hymns, songs, etc. And then in the other home church in Carmyle, the services there will be 10 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. And then on Tuesday, they have a leaders meeting for those interested in leadership. It's called the Engine Room, and that begins at 9:30. And then they have home groups on Tuesdays, and a Bible study on Zoom. Wednesdays is now called the Boiler Room in the church at 7:15, except the last Wednesday in the month, which will be a prayer meeting, and at all social media platforms. Coffee and Craft Fridays are at 10 a.m, except for Good Friday. and youth group meets Fridays at 7 p.m. And then the 30th, that is 7:30 p.m. Getting mixed up here. Except for Good Friday, home radio is available as well every day. That's Home Radio Scotland, which is the home church's own radio station. And if you want to hear my dulcet tones, then tune in. Either if you're in this area, then it'll be FM 100.8 FM or on DAB. Gee whiz, I'm getting mixed up this morning. And you'll hear my dulcet tones at 8 o'clock. So there you are, the latest information for Carlisle and Kirkintilloch Home Church. And then we move to Bishopbriggs, St James Church, Hilton Road. The rector is the Canon Paul Watson. And there is a Monday-Thursday service on March the 28th at 11 a.m. in the chapel, and at 7 p.m. a joint service in the church with the stripping of the altar. On Good Friday there is a joint service at Woodhill Church at 7 p.m. On Easter Sunday, when we celebrate Christ's resurrection, there is a communion service in the chapel at 9 a.m. and in the church at 10:30 a.m. Everyone is welcome to come along to any of these services. Do stay on for tea and coffee and fellowship afterwards. There are also other virtual services and groups. For up-to-date and further information, refer to our social media, Facebook, St James the Less, Bishopbriggs, and also on the website, all the W's, stjamesbishopbriggs.org.uk. And now we move to Torrens Parish Church. The morning service will be at 10:30 a.m, conducted by Stuart Irvin, the minister. During the service, the youngsters meet together in the creche and also in the junior church. And Frog. And I need to find out what Frog means, but that's for young people. To join the service online, you check out all the W's, torrensparishchurch.online.church. The cafe is open every Wednesday from 9 till 12 p.m. in the morning. Teas and coffee and delicious home baking. Why not come and taste for yourself? The Girls' Brigade meet on Wednesday, P1 to P3 at 6:15 to 7:15, and P4 to S6, 7 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. And the Boys' Brigade meet on Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m, company section only. To find out about regular activities at the church, check the website for what's on at www.tpc.org.uk. There you go, TPC, not Torrens Parish Church. One way, easy way to learn it. And then we move to Bishopbriggs, Colston Well Park Church. Colston Well Park is open to all, so feel free to join us on Easter Sunday at 11 a.m. Whether it be for a one-off or you're interested in a change, a warm welcome is guaranteed. The service will be conducted by the Reverend Malcolm Cuthbertson, followed by tea, coffee and conversation after the service. On Monday, the Art Club continues from 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. And anyone interested in finding out more, give Ramsey a call on 07709 584 680 for more information. This Wednesday will be our joint service at 7 p.m. with our friends from Tron St Mary's and Springburn Parish Church. The Colston Tea Break, our community drop-in, continues this Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Please feel free to join us for good food, good chat and good company. I like that alliteration, that's good. And it's free, yay! This Thursday at 7 p.m. will be our Easter Communion service at Colston Well Park, and all are welcome to join us. The food bank continues its essential work within the community and is open every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Thanks to all who assist and donate to this great cause. And staying in Bishopbriggs, Springfield Cambridge Church. Morning worship on Sunday, March the 31st, Easter Sunday, will be conducted by the Reverend Ian Taylor, assisted by our Assistant Minister, Mrs. Julie Harty, in the sanctuary at 11 a.m. This service will include the sacrament of Holy Communion. Tea and coffee will be served in the Cameron Hall after morning worship. Come along and enjoy the fellowship. No collection is taken during the service, so donations can be made by placing them in the offering plates in the hall of fellowship as you enter or leave the building. The Sunday school meets in room 2, where creche facilities are also available. Morning worship is also being live streamed on the Springfield Cambridge Church YouTube channel. A link to this can be found on the Springfield Cambridge Church website. All the W's, springfieldcambridge.org.uk. and on the Facebook page, where up-to-date information about events and church organisations can also be found. There will be a vestry hour on Wednesday, March the 27th from 10 a.m. to 11 for anyone who would like to speak with the minister. There will be a short weekly service of worship in the Springfield Chapel on Wednesday, March the 27th from 11:10 to 11:30, followed by tea and coffee in the Hall of Fellowship on Sunday, March the 31st. Tickets for the Taylor Fashions evening on Friday, April the 12th will be priced £6 and will be available in the hall. From fundraising group members, the latest edition of the church magazine, The Record, is now available online or via their website. And then we move to Kirkintilloch again. St Mary's Parish Church. Sunday the 31st is Easter Sunday. There will be the usual service at 8 a.m. at Hillhead, followed by a service of communion and breakfast at St Mary's. The service at 11 a.m. will be taken by the Reverend Ruth Morrison. Over the Easter weekend, there will be the opportunity to walk the labyrinth in St Mary's Church halls. There are also 6 stations along the way which are designed to help you reflect on your life and the journey with God. All are welcome. Holy Week services will start at 7:30 p.m. and are located at St David's Memorial Park Church on Wednesday, St Columba's Hillhead Church on Thursday, and St Mary's Parish Church on Good Friday. On Wednesday, April the 3rd, St Mary's Parish Church will open as part of their monthly Open Doors programme. The church will be open from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tea and coffee will be available all day. There will also be an Easter egg hunt taking place in the church. All ages are welcome. Come along and search for an egg in the church. So there you have it. Wow. 3 eggs. And then we're moving to Bishopbriggs again, to Kenmure Parish Church. Join us this Sunday, our messy Easter breakfast at 10 a.m. in the church hall, followed at 11 a.m. by our Easter service led by our Assistant Minister, Reverend Kate Gardner. There is an Easter parade evening at 6:45 in the church hall. You're welcome to join us both in church and on our YouTube channel. Teas and coffees and a time of fellowship follows at the end of the service. Visit the website kenmure-church.co.uk. Find us on Facebook. Search for Kenmure Parish Church. To join our WhatsApp group or receive the Bible studies, email us at kenmurechurch@icloud.com. Wow, so there you have it. And then we move to Lenzie, dear old Lenzie town. And first of all to Lenzie Old Parish Church. Easter Sunday service worship in the church at 11 a.m. A creche is available for children under 3. The Quilt and Craft group meet every Wednesday 10 a.m. to noon in the session room. Time out, AGM is on Monday, March the 5th of March that is, at 7:45 in the Golf Club. Thursday, afternoon club is on Thursday. Yes, as it would be, March the 28th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Enjoy tea, coffee and home baking, followed by a game of Scrabble, Dominoes, Rubik's Cube or Uno. If preferred, you can sit back and chat or do your own knitting while you're there. There are books also for sale and any donations will go to Women's Aid. Scottish Country Dancing is on every Thursday at 7:15 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Come along for fun, fitness and friendship. You will be made very welcome. Good Friday Walk of Witness is from Friday, March the 25th at 10 a.m. from Lenzie Old to Lenzie Union, then St Cyprian's and along the footpath to Kirkintilloch. Join Lenzie Church's Good Friday service on March the 25th. No, it's not. It's on March the 29th at 7:30 p.m. All are welcome. And then we move out of town to Milton of Campsie Parish Church. We're in Holy Week, they say, and we have a short service every day in the church. So every weekday, that is, evening at 7 p.m. The theme is Women of Holy Week. We'd love to see you there. Also on Saturday, the church is open for private prayer from 10:30 to noon. On Easter Day, there is a dawn service at the top of the Campsies, beginning at 7. No, it's not. Wow, it's earlier. At 6:45 a.m. Praise in the Park at Beech Tree Terrace at 9:45 and worship in the church centre with Easterific at 11 a.m. Easterific, I believe, is something that the young folk do to share the story of Easter. So send us a photo, they say, of yourself with our Easter greeting. Our charity of the month is SU Holiday Camps. A copy of The Messenger has been posted through every letterbox in the village. Please read it. Last Saturday, a busload from the church watched Andrew McRae, a member of our praise band, take a lead role in Carousel at Largs Theatre. Well done, Andrew. And then to continue in Bishopbriggs area, we go to Codder Parish Church. For full details, see our church website. All the W's, codderparishchurch.org. We look forward to welcoming you this coming Sunday to our Palm Sunday service. Yes. The service today will be led by John McGregor and Chris Gordon, probationer, who is a local minister there. Our church is led by Javier Jose, and they all are welcome. The services are recorded and are available from the church website. Tea and coffee served after the service. Food bank, if you wish to donate to the local food bank, you can bring your donations of food to the church or the coffee shop. Early fellowship meets in person, meet in person, which is good, not on Zoom or Skype or anything, and the South Hall Chapel at 9:30 a.m. on Tuesday and Thursday, and also on Zoom. Codder Coffee Shop is also open Tuesdays and Wednesday, Thursday 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Friday 10 till noon. A warm welcome awaits you. Bishopbriggs Churches Together services for Holy Week, Palm Sunday, Springfield Cambridge Church, 7 p.m. Monday, Codder Parish Church, 7 p.m. Tuesday, Kenmure Church, 7 p.m. and Wednesday, St Matthew's, 7 p.m. again. And Monday, Thursday, St James the Less, 7 p.m. Then on Good Friday, they meet at Woodhill Evangelical Church in Bishopbriggs at 7 p.m. Easter Sunday services both, and then on March the 31st, services are in all the different churches. So there you have it. That is the church news for Eastern Bartonshire in the Kirkintilloch Herald. Thank you for listening thus far, and if you'd like to include anything in the church news, then drop us a note to Q and review. My name's Philip, and thank you for allowing me into your life to share the church news. God bless you this Easter time.
District News General, as published on Wednesday the 27th of March. Musical Society put on 9 to 5. CAOS Musical Society have announced that they will be taking on 9 to 5 the musical at Airdrie Town Hall this October. The club are excited to bring this upbeat, empowering and hilarious musical to Airdrie. The Carluke-based club have over 100 years and are thrilled to be taking on this new challenge. With music and lyrics by Dolly Parton and book by Patricia Resnick, 9 to 5 the musical is energetic and fun for all the family. Airdrie Town Hall is a new venue for the club after Motherwell Theatre and Concert Hall suffered sudden closures due to the discovery of RAC. Audiences can catch 9 to 5 the musical at Airdrie Town Hall from October the 2nd to 5th. Dynamic duo need a loving home. Meet Dottie and Maisie, the lively Labrador twosome. Dottie is an 8-year-old Labrador who is as sweet as can be. She's not just looking for a new home, she's looking for one with her best friend, Maisie, a 9-year-old Labrador and Dottie's loyal companion. Like Dottie, Maisie is a sweetheart and shares Dottie's affectionate nature and can live happily with children aged 10 and above. These two have been inseparable since they were puppies, and they're hoping to find a forever family that will welcome them both with open arms. If you think you could provide a home for Dottie and Maisie, or any of the 45 dogs currently available for rehoming, please contact us on 01506 873 459. Horticultural Society. Potential new members will be made very welcome. For more information about the society, please contact Paul Malcolm on 0141 578 1520 or visit our website www.kirkintillochhorty.org.uk. Culture. Scottish National Whisky Festival. Slant Mahath. The Scottish National Whisky Festival has announced its schedule for 2024-25, marking a busy and exciting year for the popular whisky tasting and Scottish cultural event series. Discover Scotland's Whisky Festival as it returns to Inverness and Eden Court on Saturday, June the 29th, followed by a visit to the historic Aberdeen Music Hall on September the 14th, and a welcome trip to Edinburgh for its debut edition at the Biscuit Factory in Leith on October 16th, before returning to the festival's spiritual home of Glasgow SWG3 on January 25th, 2025. Each edition will give festival goers the opportunity to sample hundreds of incredible whiskies from world-renowned distilleries and independent bottlers, explore exciting guest spirits and experimental flavours across the exhibitor lineup, and indulge in tantalising creations from world-class mixologists at bespoke cocktail pop-ups. The Scottish National Whisky Festival will also feature a specially curated bill of live music and seminars from celebrated Scottish performers, speakers and industry experts across each session, handpicked to reflect the energy and identity of each festival city. Finally, no day would be complete without a visit to the on-site whisky shop for an exceptional selection of bottles to take home, including festival-exclusive bottlings, courtesy of the Scottish National Whisky Festival's expert partner retailers. From Gareth Kroll, Festival Coordinator, we can't wait to hit the road again this year and bring the Scottish National Whisky Festival to some of our favourite parts of the country. As always, we are excited to partner with some of Scotland's most celebrated distillers, bottlers, bars and artists to create an unforgettable celebration of Scottish culture today. This year, we've gone all out and promised to deliver our biggest festival series to date. Do not miss it. See you there. Tickets for Scottish National Whisky Festival 2024-25 available from scottishnationalwhiskeyfestival.com. Inverness on June the 29th and Eden Court from noon to 4pm. Aberdeen, September 14th in the Music Hall from noon 3:30 and 4:30 to 8pm. Edinburgh, October 26th, the Biscuit Factory, Leith, from noon to 4pm. Glasgow, on January 25th, 2025 in SWG3 from noon to 3:30 and 4:30 to 8pm. District News. If you would like to highlight your group's meeting, activities or local fundraising events, please get in touch with us. We would love to hear from you. Please email all the details to kirkyherald@jnscotland.co.uk. That's KIRKY@JNScotland.co.uk.
Public notices. Planning notices. East Bartonshire Council public notices. Civic Government (Scotland Act 1982) application for public entertainment licence. The undernoted has applied for the grant of a temporary public entertainment licence in terms of the above Act. Name and address of applicant: Marcella Stirling, 3 Springbank Crescent, Glasgow, G31 4PZ. Premises: Woodhead Park, Lindsay Road, Kirkintilloch. Day-to-day manager: Marcella Stirling, 3 Springbank Crescent, Glasgow, G31 4PZ. Type of entertainment: funfair. Dates and times of operation: Wednesday the 5th of June 2024, Friday the 7th of June 2024, 6pm till 9:30pm. Saturday the 8th of June 2024, 12 noon to 9:30pm. Any objections or representations in terms of paragraph 3 brackets 1 of Schedule 1 of the Act should be logged with the undernoted no later than 28 days from the publication date of the newspaper in which this advertisement appears. Chief Solicitor and Monitoring Officer, Education, People and Business, East Dunbartonshire Council, 12 Strathkelvin Place, Kirkintilloch, G66 1TJ. River Glazette Restoration Project, Public Consultation Events 2024. Residents are being offered a further opportunity to have their say on the new river restoration project proposals planned for the Glazette Water. The project is the result of a study commissioned by Scottish Environmental Protection Agency, SEPA, and the Scottish Government to restore rivers damaged due to the legacy of historic industrial activity. The Council has worked in collaboration with the SEPA, using the Water Environment Fund SEPA administer on this exciting project, which aims to physically restore the Glazette water, provide climate change adaptation opportunities, and revitalise the wildlife corridor serving the communities of North Kirkintilloch, Milton of Campsie, Lennoxtown, Clachan of Campsie, and Hugh Head. A proposal of application notice, POAN. They have then included a massive link that I'm going to read out. I do apologise, I know you won't be able to type this in, but https://planning.eastonbarton.gov.uk/online-applications/application details.do?active tab =sign summary key VAI equals S9MG2DGJ01600. Again, I apologise for them putting in a link to a website. For the project has now been submitted to the Council's Planning Department for permission to deliver this project in 2025. As part of the planning process, 2 consultation events are being held in the Lennoxtown Hub, Main Street, Lennoxtown, on the following dates and times below. Tuesday, the 16th of April 2024, between 9:30am and 3pm. Monday, the 13th of May 2024, between 3 and 8pm. The intention of this consultation engagement is not only to meet planning application requirements, but also to provide an update on the detailed design and offer people an opportunity to feedback on the restoration project being proposed. Previous online consultations held in March 2020 provided the background information to the project and shared the proposed restoration options and initial designs to collect feedback, comments and suggestions on the proposed opportunities to improve the amenity and recreational value of the area. Residents were encouraged to share thoughts on how the links between the village of Lennoxtown and the River Glazette could be improved. Feedback and input from the previous event were used to inform development of the detailed river restoration designs being presented at the forthcoming events. Further information is provided on the Council website via the link www.eastonbarton.gov.uk/glazette-water-restoration-project. Persons wishing to make comment can do so via the online survey form, which can be filled out and sent to the project team via the link above. All comments, including the online survey, should be made to the Council by 5pm on Friday, the 17th of May, 2024. Alternatively, you can contact the project team via our customer services helpline by telephoning 0300 1234510. That phone number again is 0300 1234510. Any comments made to the project team are not representations to the Planning Authority, and if a planning application is submitted, there will be an opportunity at that stage to make representations on that application to the Planning Authority. Golfit having a positive impact. This article was written by Martin Dempster and read by me, Corey. Golfit at Hugginfield Loch has been recognised for its commitment to environmental and social responsibility and leadership in sustainable golf. The community-based golf and entertainment facility, which was developed by the R&A and opened last year, is now GEO certified. The award of the International Sustainability Certification of Golf Developments has been hailed as a significant milestone for the venue. Golfit General Manager Russell Smith said, "The achievement of the GEO certification for Golfit underlines the commitment to sustainability and the efforts we are making to ensure golf has a positive impact on the environment and provides real value to people living locally. We have worked tirelessly to develop a venue which allows people to enjoy the many health benefits of golf with their family and friends, and promotes the importance of time spent outdoors in the fresh air." The venue boasts a full-length 9-hole golf course, a par 3 course, putting greens, a 52-bay double-decker flood-lit driving range, community-focused spaces, and walking trails. Sam Thompson, Director of Golf Development at GEO Sustainable Golf Foundation, said, "The project has enhanced the existing green site that includes wetlands and woodlands to boost diversity and create new spaces for priority species to inhabit. The result is an urban golf facility that is accessible to so many people to enjoy golf in a variety of formats. I don't think we have seen a community impact as positive as this before in golf developments. There's plenty going on this week at the Big Feast Easter holiday weekend that runs from Friday to Sunday. Events include the Amazing Bubble Show on Friday, a family Easter egg hunt on Saturday, and Big Feed Bairns from Saturday and every day during the holidays. For more information, visit www.golf-it.com/get-involved/events. That article was written by Martin Dempster and read by me, Corey. Another busy month of activities for WRCED. This article was written by Lorna Thompson and read by me, Corey. March has been litter picking month for Walk, Run, Cycle East Dunbartonshire, WRCED, in partnership with Keep Scotland Beautiful. Our collaboration with Keep Scotland Beautiful is now in its 3rd year, meaning we are the community contact hub for litter picking equipment. You can email and arrange to borrow them for yourself, a small group, or a large community group/school. WRCED have already had 2 very successful litter pick events this month around Kirkintilloch. At Woodhead Park, 16 bags of rubbish were collected and 20 bags were collected at a location around Laird's Land Primary. The next litter pick is at Whitegates Park on Saturday, meeting at 10:30am at the bottom of Parkview Court. All equipment will be provided. This pick has an Easter theme, and all children taking part will receive an Easter egg. At the start of the month, we were asked to host a walk with Marie Curie for their National Day of Reflection. We chose Springburn Park, which was close to the Marie Curie Hospice at Stobhill Hospital. All our usual weekly events are as popular as ever, on Monday to Thursday at 6:30am and 6:30pm, as well as some great weekend adventures. For something a little more relaxing and low impact, join our Paths for All walk on Friday, or weekly strength and balance sessions in Woodhill Church, Bishopbriggs. For details, see the events tab of our Facebook page, Walk, Run, Cycle, East Bartonshire, or by emailing wrced2020@gmail.com. None of this is possible without volunteers to help facilitate meeting up events for walks, cycles and runs. If you would like to volunteer, we can offer all advice and guidance as well as some training opportunities. All you need is a fab route, either in Eastern Bartonshire or further afield. On a personal note, I was invited to be a guest speaker with the Eden Community Project on a Scottish networking Zoom. It was great to network with other Eden Project members and break down how the group started and how we have since become a non-profit constituted group. I was very proud of the opportunity and want to thank everyone who took the time to watch the presentation. That article was written by Lorna Thompson and read by me, Corey. The champagne remains on ice for Rossvale women. This article is unattributed, but it's being read by me, Corey. A late winner by Ayr United denied Rossvale women a title party in the SWF Championship on Sunday. In the last round of fixtures before the third tier splits into a top 4 and bottom 5, Rossvale comfortably beat Dryborough Athletic 6-0 in the early kick-off. Gemma McQuillan and Caitlin Crean both grabbed doubles, with Sarah McLeod and Sarah Wardlaw also finding the net. However, they needed second-placed Ayr United to fail to win in their game against Renfrew Ladies to clinch the title, and automatic promotion to the SWPL2. Renfrew Ladies went ahead early and Ayr missed a penalty to go in at the break behind. However, 2 goals in the second half secured the 3 points. Rossvale remain 8 points clear with 9 left to play for, but will need to wait until April 7th to clinch the title. Partick Thistle women missed out on the chance to lift silverware as they lost 4-1 to Rangers in the Sky Sports Cup final. They welcome Hearts to Petershill Park on Sunday in the SWPL1 before Glasgow City host Celtic, with both sides just 1 point behind leaders Rangers. Kirkintilloch Rob Roy are just 1 point above the relegation zone in the WOS Premier Division as they lost 1-0 away to Largs Thistle, while Glen Afton Athletic were winning 2-1 at Cumnock Juniors. Rob Roy will take a break from the league on Saturday as they have a chance to reach the final of the South Regional Challenge Cup with a trip to Cumbernauld Colts. Ashfield's promotion hopes in the First Division took a dent as they lost 1-0 at home to Rutherglen Glencairn. League leaders Petershill returned to action on Saturday with a trip to Johnston Borough, while Ashfield travel to Shotts Bon Accord. Caledonian Locomotives moved up to second in the Second Division with 4-0 at home to Craig Mark Bartonians as they took advantage of Vale of Clyde not being in action. They will aim to cement their position away to bottom side Wishaw on Saturday. West Park United lost 2-1 at home to Cosyth Athletic in the Third Division, and their relegation battle continues at Dalry Thistle on Saturday. Fourth Division promotion hopefuls Rossvale returned to action away to BSC Glasgow on Saturday. That article was unattributed, but it was read by me, Corey.
That concludes this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast. Please remember to subscribe to our channels at Tune Review and to tell your friends about our service.